The project that me and my partner have chosen to do is a general partnership to an LLC in scope of the Apple Incorporation, and the people that worked on this project was Alyssa Relas and Jalen Hill. A general partnership can be converted to an LLC by forming the LLC within the state, creating an LLC operating agreement, and transferring all partnership assets, contracts, and licenses to the new entity. The partners can then dissolve the general partnership and update necessary legal records to reflect the LLC structure. This change offers the ability to change the entire business structure. For reference, in regards to this project, our business structure is changing from a general partnership with Apple Inc. to an LLC with Apple Inc. and Gilmo Inc. So just to provide some background on general partnerships, a general partnership is an association of two or more people who co-own and operate a business for profit, and each of the partners share the profits and losses equally unless agreed otherwise. They each have their own duties of loyalty and care. The partnership may provide a different formula or sharing profits and losses based on the amount of initial capital contributions, which we will talk about later. And then when it comes to dissolution or disevolving the partnership, there are several different instances in which this occurs. It can be due to death, divorce, withdrawal, or after dissolution. So when it comes to death, the partnership dissolves unless continued. So unless it's specifically stipulated that someone else will take care of the business after the death of one partner. And after divorce, the community property may affect distributions, but spouse has no management rights. Withdraw, a partner may leave, but they could be held liable if the contract specifically states that they cannot leave the partnership if it's not stipulated within the contract itself. And after dissolution, debts need to be paid first, then the rest of the money gets distributed to partners. When learning about a general partnership, it is also critical to, again, emphasize that each partner shares in the profits, the losses, and the management of the business, and each has unlimited personal liability for the partnership's debts and obligations. The partners' rights have an equal share of profits, as I stated earlier as well. There are several advantages as well as disadvantages to a general partnership. An advantage includes that it's flexibility in management and income tax benefits, but the disadvantage would definitely be the unlimited personal liability and also the fact that it's difficult to transfer partner interest, because if the contract states that each partner has to be in it unless the other one agrees to allow them to walk away from the contract, then it can be difficult if one general partner wants to leave the agreement. When creating a general business partnership, it is critical to complete both the partnership agreement as well as the business entity's cover sheet. The partnership agreement is a private legal contract between two partners, and it essentially sets rules for how the business is going to be run. It defines each partner's rights, duties, and responsibilities. This is an extremely critical form to have because it basically is the constitution of the partnership. It describes a monetary contribution, it explains profits and loss sharing margins, it outlines salaries, and while it can't state the exact amount of what each partner is going to make because we don't know the profit yet, it can highlight the profit percentages of which each partnership is going to gain in salary. It also outlines the management of the company, and it outlines a possible dissolution of the company as well. So if one partner wants to leave the agreement, this is something that's going to be highlighted within the partnership agreement in order to stipulate when, how, and if it is possible for one partner to leave the agreement as well. When looking at the second form, it lists the partners' names, businesses, and addresses. It identifies all of the partners or agents in the business partnership, and it establishes legal authority in California. This is another significant form because it's essentially stating who is in this agreement, like who is involved. I think that's extremely critical that it not only lists the partners, but the agents as well. Now shifting from the general partnership of just one company, which would be Apple, for example, we move on to the limited liability company. An LLC possesses the characteristics of both a corporation and a partnership. Like a corporation, members of the company are not personally liable for the obligations of the company. Like a partnership, members are responsible for taxes assessed on the profits of the company. There are 3 types of LLC: member-managed LLCs, LLCs managed by a manager, and single-member LLCs. Each have their own benefits. One benefit of a managed member LLC is that it allows all members to participate, while manager-managed ones run more like a company that allow managers to pass on the responsibilities to managers that they trust. Single-member LLCs are LLCs formed by one investor. Advantages of LLCs are that members are not personally liable for the obligations of the company and only responsible for the taxes. Disadvantages is that they can be subject to double taxation due to a lack of uniformity between states and LLC statutes. In the corporate world, since the LLC is seen as an individual under state law, it is afforded more rights than other businesses that are not. Going forward, there are 2 different forms that are used in LLCs: a business entities cover sheet as well as an LLC articles of organization conversion. This legal form is submitted to the Secretary of State the general partnership is located in, along with the filing fee. Details of all official information pertaining to the LLC and its managers to the state government, filled out and submitted between the LLC managers and the initial agent. The second page of the LLC form is LLC-1A, where the contract members start to fill out information to convert their business to an LLC. In this instance, our new name of the limited liability company is listed. In our project, Apple and Gilmo LLC, it is pertinent to list out all of the information of the LLC, how many managers there are, their location, jurisdiction, and form of contact, even if it is the same as it was when it was a partnership. There are also fields for the agent to fill out as a witness to the information of the LLC confirming its completion and legitimacy. After the form is filed, both the paper must be signed by either 1 or 2 individuals who are authorized to represent the converting company. The LLC form is an article of organization with the California Secretary of State when establishing a domestic limited liability company. It lays down the converted entity information from the past company to the new information for that it will be used from the LLC: new name, location, number of managers. The LLC form we've used is not just an LLC conversion form, it also serves as a notification to the Secretary of the State that the general partnership intends to shift into an LLC. Doing so keeps the business records up to date, and it means that the new LLC must comply with any rules or business state regulations regarding LLCs. The purpose is to legitimize the conversion of a general partnership into a limited liability company in the eyes of the law and the public. The form itself serves to do the following: notify the state of its completion, notify that it's changing corporation, legitimize the conversion to the public in the eyes of the law. With those set in stone, the business will have the allowance to convert and begin business operations in a new and improved way, from the general partnership to the LLC in regards to the scope of Apple and Gilmo LLC.